this is something, I come from the financial services background too, and I started to see that data governance was not only aligning to the corporate mindset of what the data should be, but was also aligning to the whole regulatory requirements, right? So, that kind of takes us to the, next question, where you've seen that now I shouldn't say now, it's been some time, but CDOs are now becoming a very integral part of an organization structure, right? Because they want somebody to lead the whole data part of the organization. So with your experience, what would you, if you were to say, the important responsibilities as a CDO, it'll be great if you can share some thoughts.
Sure, absolutely. So really, I would say the top responsibility is finding new opportunities for data monetization, right? Through analytics and analyzing customer trends, revenue generating opportunities. This is really the holy grail of ROI for data organizations. And that earns trust, right, at the board of directors level. If you start bringing in money or doing some significant cost savings, you'll really earn the trust there. So there are really a couple of forms of monetization. One of them is optimizing internal processes, cost takeout. An example there would be automating reports. Every firm that I've worked in, has ample opportunities for cost savings by reducing, manual reporting and putting in some automation. Everybody's got that. Another form of monetization would be adding information to products and services to add value to the revenue stream, right? So this could include, new market data products and selling data that way, productizing, advanced analytics capabilities in a self-service model for clients that could potentially, drive some revenue. So there's, just a couple of examples. So that's one important responsibility, right? But to support all that monetization, the CDO, another responsibility is just, you need to ensure a solid foundation, right, of clean, usable, and accessible data, all right? And that could be coming from, that is the bread and butter, right? It could be coming from a variety of sources, including structured databases, unstructured document data, listening in to social data for customer trends, and then, of course, managing the tsunami of data that's coming in from IoT sensors, depending on what industry you're in. I mean, at this point, it used to be terabytes and all these other bytes, and now I think the top one is geobytes or something like that. It's really exponential. And managing this data is no small task. If the data quality is poor, though, if it's inaccessible, if it can't be found, if it's not understood, analytics goes right out the window, right? It can't be trusted. Garbage in, garbage out, as a lot of people say. But data governance program is critical to ensure that everybody is working off that same playbook, right? That the data is understood and the data is clean and accessible. Another responsibility it would be data literacy. It's an important cornerstone to a data management program. Yeah, as I just said, data growth is exponential. Our reality has become too complex, and gut feel decision making is no longer sufficient. Organizations need to be educated on how to use data to make good decisions. Decision makers need to know how to ask critical questions, right, on that performed analysis. And analytics skills are also moving directly into the business via self-service tools like Tableau or what have you. There was actually a lunch and learn at Tradeweb recently, and it was on Python basics, right? And I was going to assume that this was going to be taught by a data scientist or someone in IT. It was taught by a business product manager, okay? Somebody who's using Python in the business. And she is also training our clients on the other end on how to use Python and all that. So, business roles are looking for access to data sets in the same way, technical roles used to do that. They want to perform their own analytics, and that is just driving, a stronger case for data management, to ensure clean, usable, and accessible data. So I'd say those are the primary responsibilities at this point, or a few of them.